the Dallas Cowboys just made it official. George Pickens is staying in Dallas, at least for now. The team has placed the franchise tag on their star wide receiver, locking him in at a projected $28.8 million for 2026. But here's where things get interesting. He's not actually under contract yet, and Dallas is currently over the salary cap. So what does this move really mean for the Cowboys? Is this a long-term commitment or a temporary hold? Let's break it down. On Friday, the Cowboys officially announced they are placing the franchise tag on George Pickens. The projected tag value for wide receivers this year is around $28.8 million. Both sides now have until July 15th to negotiate a long-term extension. If no deal is reached by that date, Pickens would play the 2026 season on a one-year contract under the tag. It's important to note, until Pickens signs the franchise tender or a new extension, he is not technically under contract. That means he cannot be fined for skipping mandatory offseason activities. So while he's tagged, there is still business left to handle. Remember, Pickens wasn't originally drafted by Dallas. The Cowboys acquired him from the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for a 2026 third-round pick, a 2027 seventh-round pick, and in return, Dallas received Pickens and a 2027 sixth-round pick. That trade turned out to be a major win in 2025. Pickens delivered his most productive season yet. 93 receptions, 1,429 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns. Those are true number one receiver numbers. Dallas clearly decided they couldn't let that production walk out of the building. From a pure football perspective, this move is logical. Pairing George Pickens with CeeDee Lamb gives Dak Prescott one of the most dangerous wide receiver duos in the league. Lamb is already earning $34 million per year. 8 wide receivers in the NFL now make over $30 million annually. So if Pickens is looking at the market, he sees exactly where he fits. Tagging him gives the Cowboys more negotiation time, roster control, protection from losing him in free agency. It keeps their offense intact heading into 2026. And for a team trying to remain explosive and top tier in the NFC, continuity matters. Now here's the real layer to this story. The Cowboys are currently over the salary cap. So tagging Pickens at nearly $29 million isn't just a football decision. It's a financial puzzle. If they want to sign him long-term, that could actually help lower his 2026 cap hit, depending on how the contract is structured. But if they don't reach a deal, that full tag number hits the books. That creates pressure, and it raises a fair question. Is Dallas prepared to commit long-term money to 2 receivers making $30+ million per year? Because that's where this could be headed. There's also another option. If Pickens signs the franchise tender, the Cowboys could explore a trade. Franchise tag and trade scenarios aren't common, but they happen. However, that would require 1. Pickens signing the tender. 2. Another team willing to meet his long-term price tag. 3. Compensation Dallas feels is worth it. There's no indication that a trade is happening, but strategically, tagging him keeps that door open. And that's leverage. This move tells us one thing clearly. Dallas values George Pickens highly. After a 1,400-yard season, they weren't willing to let negotiations drag into free agency uncertainty. At the same time, they haven't fully committed long-term yet. This is a calculated step. It keeps their offense intact. It protects their investment. And it buys time. Now the real clock is ticking toward July 15th. So here's the big question for Cowboys fans. Should Dallas lock George Pickens into a massive long-term deal? Or is the franchise tag the smarter short-term play? One thing is certain. With Pickens and CeeDee Lamb on the field together, the Cowboys' offense remains one of the most dangerous units heading into 2026. Now it's just about making the money work. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should Dallas pay him long-term?